Good morning friends. Welcome back to Panika Tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss how to write a Python program to convert decimal number to binary number. Decimal number is nothing but base 10 number, whereas binary number is base 2 number. So we need to write a Python program to convert the base 10 number to base 2 number. First, let me discuss how can we convert the decimal number to binary number, then I will write the program for you. Now let me open the slide and make it full screen so that I can discuss with you. So what they are telling, we need to write a Python program to convert the decimal number to binary number. Decimal number, even we can say it is a base 10 number. The minimum digit allowed in the base 10 number is 0 and the maximum digit is allowed is 9. How you got the 9 is base 10, okay, 10 minus 1, so maximum digit is allowed is 9. Similarly, if it is a binary number, the minimum digit is allowed is 0 and maximum digit is allowed is 1. So if you take any binary number which is in the forms of 0 and 1, now first you need to understand the process of converting the base 10 number to base 2 number. Look at here. As I want only zeros and ones, what I need to do is that the given number I need to divide by 2. Any number if I divide by 2, I will get the remainder either 0 or 1. Suppose look at here, 4 if I am dividing by 2, I will get the remainder as 0. If it is 5, if I divide by 2, I will get the remainder 1. So any number if you divide by 2, you will get either remainder as 0 or 1. If it is even number, you will get the remainder as 0. If it is an odd number, you will get the remainder as 1. So any number if you are keep on dividing by 2 and keep the reminders, then you will get the binary number. Now let me discuss this process with a simple example. Let me take, I want to convert the 25 which is a base 10 number equivalent binary number. Now what you need to do is that you need to take the 25 divided by 2. If I divide 25 by 2, what is my quotient? My quotient is 12. So keep the 12 here. What is your remainder? Remainder is 1. Okay. Then what you need to do, as 12 is still greater than 2, you need to divide 12 again by 2. Now if you divide 12 by 2, what is your quotient? 6. What is your remainder? 0. Keep the remainder aside. Then again divide 6 by 2, you will get the quotient as 0, remainder as quotient as 3, remainder as 0. Again divide 3 by 2, you will get the quotient as 1, remainder as 1. So you got the 1 1 0 0 1. So you will have a confusion. Will I consider this as an MSB or this has been MSB? MSB is nothing but most significant bit. LSB will be least significant bit. Always you need to consider this as a MSB and this one will be LSB. So you will get the equivalent binary number as 1 1 0 0 1. So this is the equivalent binary number for the given decimal number 25. If you does not understand, let me take one more example. Let me take some 63. Okay, I want to convert into binary number. So take the 63, divide by 2. What will be the quotient? The quotient will be 31 and remainder is 1. Again divide by 2, the quotient is 15, remainder is 1. Again divide by 2, quotient is 7, remainder is 1. Again divide by 2, you will get the quotient as 3, remainder as 1. Again divide by 2, you will get the quotient as 1 and remainder as 1. As 1 is less than 2, you can stop the division process and you will consider this as an MSB and this will be your LSB. Okay, MSB which is most significant bit, this will be LSB which is least significant bit. So you will get 111 111 base 2. Okay, I hope you have understood how to convert the decimal number to binary number. Now we will write the logic for this one, then we will write the program for better understanding. Now what I need to do is that I need to take the input from the user. I will take the an integer value in the variable n. Let's take that I have taken the n as 25. Now what I will do is that I will take some empty list. Okay, list 1 I will take an empty list. Okay, then what I will do is that I will divide the 25 by 2 till 25 is not equal to 0. So what I will write a loop, okay, n not equal to 0 while some n not equal to 0s. Okay, what I will do, I will divide by 2. Okay, if I divide means modulus operation by 2, I will get the remainder. Okay, that remainder I will add to the list. Okay, so I will write list1 dot append of r. Okay, what you need to do, you need to take the 25 and divide by 2, you will get the quotient as 12 and the remainder as 1. This remainder you need to add to that list. Okay, now what you need to do, you need to compute the quotient also. So how you will do, n is equal to n floor division 2, sorry, not 12, 2. Okay, so what you will get, you will get the quotient as 12 which is not equal to 0. Then what you will do again, you will divide the 12 by 2. Okay, you will get the quotient as 6, remainder as 0. So again you will get the remainder as 0. That remainder you will add to the list and then you will compute the quotient which is not equal to 0. So like that, what you will do, you will perform the division and you will add that remainder to the list, and finally what you need to do, you have to reverse that list, because if you look at here, if I am keep on appending reminders to the list, look at here what you will get. So first you will have, because append means you are adding, so in the list you will have 1 and then 0, then 0, 1, 1. But this is not the binary number, because you have the list have elements 1, 0, 0, okay, 1, 1. Now this is what from LSB you are reading, but what you need to do, you need to consider from the MSB. So what I will do, I will reverse that list. If I reverse that list, it will be 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Then I can display the elements in the list from index 0 to till last. I will get the equivalent binary number which will be 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So this is the process of converting the decimal number to binary number. I hope you have understood the logic. Now let me write the program for better understanding. Okay, let me open the Jupyter notebook. So first what I need to do, I need to read the input from the user. If I want to read the input from the user, we have the input function. So what I will write here, enter the number, or you can write enter the decimal number. Okay. Now once the user have entered the decimal number, I will take one empty list. Okay, list 1, I will take empty list. Okay, once I have taken the empty list, I will use the while loop, n not equal to 0, and then what I will do here, I will take rem is equal to n modulus 2, means I am computing the remainder. Once I got the remainder, I will add to the list 1. So if I want to add, we have an append method. Okay, so I have used the append method to append the rem value. Once I have appended, I have to compute the quotient. So that's why I am using n is equal to n floor division 2. Once I got that value, what I need to do, I need to reverse the list 1. So I will write list 1 dot reverse, which will reverse the all the elements. Once I got the reverse, I need to display the elements. So I will write for I in, okay, list 1, I need to display the elements. So print, okay, I comma end is equal to, I will not give any space. So for I, okay, print I comma end is equal to space. So here you can write print the equivalent decimal binary number is. Okay, now let me execute the program, then I will discuss the logic with you all. Okay, let me enter the 15. If I enter the 15, I will get the 4 ones. Look at here, the equivalent binary number is 4 ones. Similarly, let me give the 6 value. 6 if you convert into binary number, you will get 110. See, I got the output as 110. Now let me discuss this process. Okay, let's take that user have entered the n value is 6. Okay, so n value will be 6. Then you have taken an empty list. Okay, list 1 you have the empty list. Then you have written the while loop. What is that while loop and what is the condition? N not equal to 0. What is the n value? 6. 6 is not equal to 0. Yes, the condition is true. If the condition is true, the statements which are there in the while loop will be executed once. What is the first statement? Rem is equal to n modulus 2. What is the n value? 6. 6 modulus 2, you will get the remainder as 0. So Rem will have the value 0. What you are doing, that one you are adding to the list 1 dot append of 0. So you will have the 0 as a first element in the list 1 which is there at the index 0. Then what you are doing, you are reducing the n value or you are computing the coefficient. So n is equal to n mod floor division 2. Okay, not modulus, I'm really sorry. So 6 floor division 2, you will give you the coefficient which is 3. So now n value is 3. Okay, now n value is 3. Okay, all the statements which are there in the while loop has been completed. Then you will verify the condition. What is the condition? N not equal to 0. What is the n value? 3. 3 is not equal to 0. The condition is true. If the condition is true, again the statements which are there in the while loop will be executed once more. So Rem is equal to n modulus 2. What is the n value now? 3. 3 modulus 2, if you divide 3 by 2, you will get the remainder as 1. So that remainder you are storing in the variable called Rem and that you are adding to the list. Okay, so list 1 dot append of 1. So already 0 is there, then 1 will be appended or added to the list. Then what you are computing? N is equal to n floor division 2. What is the n value? 3. 3 floor division 2 will give you the quotient as 1. So n value will be updated to 1. Okay, then all the statements in the while loop has been completed. Again you will verify the condition. What is the condition? N not equal to 0. What is the n value? 1. 1 not equal to 0. Yes, the condition is true. If the condition is true, all the statements which are there in the while loop will be executed once more. So Rem is equal to n modulus 2. What is the n value? 1. 1 modulus 2 will give you the remainder as 1. So that 1 you are storing in a variable called Rem. Then what you are doing? List 1 dot append of Rem. So you have to append 1 to the list 1. Okay, so already 0 and 1 is there in the list. For that one you are adding one more 1. Then you have to perform n is equal to n floor division 2. What is the n value? 1. 1 floor division 2 will give you the quotient as 0. So n value will become 0. All the statements in the while loop has been completed. Again you will verify the condition. What is the condition? N not equal to 0. What is the n value? 0. 0 not equal to 0. No, 0 is equal to 0. So our condition is false. If the while loop condition is false, the statements which are there in the while loop will not be executed. The next statement in the while loop will be executed. What you are doing? List 1 dot reverse. So all the elements in the list you will reverse it. Okay, so you have 0 1 1, it will become 1 1 0. Okay, now you should not display the list directly because you need to display the equivalent binder number as 110. We don't want the list element. So what I will do, I have written the print, the equivalent binder number is, so this statement will be printed. Then for I in list 1. So here for loop you can use the range or you can use the sequence. So here I am using the sequence as list. So first I will get the first element which is 1 that you are displaying. So 1 will be displayed and end you are not giving any space. Okay, so immediately the next element should be displayed. Okay, normally if I write print I, after printing the I value it will go to the new line, but here I am ending without any space. Okay, look at here. So the next element will be, again all the statements in the for loop is done, the next element will be assigned to the I variable. What is the next element? Again it is 1, that 1 also will be displayed. As again all the statements in the for loop is done, the next element in the list will be assigned to the I, which is 0. So I value will be 0, then you are printing the I. So that's why you got the output as 110. I hope you have understood how to write a Python program to convert the decimal number to binary number. If you still have any doubts with this program or this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.